Let's do this. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Big Ma. This is, of course, the Big Ma Experience. And if this is your first time watching me or watching any of my videos, basically you're in for an experience of a lifetime. Because literally, you can not find two people like me. So, welcome to my space. This is my most vulnerable season ever. So, I started a new vlog series of me just updating and also planning on giving y'all insights to my life basically and what I've been up to. I think I'm doing this more as a documentation type of thing and also for like accountability. As I said in the last one, I've been saying I was going to start and now I've started and I'm so proud of myself. So welcome. We're going to be having a very vulnerable discussion today. I am going to be very vulnerable. Some of you who know me are about to see a side of me you did not even know existed. So let's get it. So firstly, a big shout out to every person who gave me feedback on my latest vlog update. Thank you so much. I was a little bit like apprehensive doing it, but I think it was a good thing that I finally started, and I'm glad I'm also keeping to my own word to be consistent with it and to keep it authentic and vulnerable and open and real, and to do my best to be able to leave something for someone at the end of the day from all I am saying. So welcome back, welcome. Let's get into today's tea. I recently took a huge step in my life that I've never taken before. I have I took a scary step. But I did it in blind faith because that's all I have. All I have right now is my faith, my belief, and it has served me well in the past, and I believe it will continue to serve me well. So if you know me or you've known me for a while, I am a serial entrepreneur. I am someone who is always thinking of the next big thing to do, the next need to meet, the next, commodity that needs, like, I always look for something that is missing, do my research on it, and find a way on how I can improve on it and also give it to people. If you've ever patronized any of my businesses over the years, I need to first say thank you very much. You guys are amazing because most of the people I've worked with is based on referrals. I have not had to push or pitch. My work speaks for itself. And it's one thing I have great pride in because if you know me, hey, see, it is God, work, everybody else. I'm just saying. And I'm not proud of it. And I think it's one of the reasons why God kind of took that away from me this year. I would explain in a minute. Now, if you're wondering, have I always been a workaholic? I can now admit to myself, I'm turning 40 this year. I really have no reason to keep lying to myself, least of all. And these are not lies I was telling to myself intentionally, it's just subconsciously. Am I a workaholic? Yeah, I think I've always been. But the difference is I don't come in regular packaging in any way in my life. As in, if you see me fully, you understand. If not physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even health, I do not come in normal packaging. So everything about me that I thought I knew growing up was just a lie I subconsciously told myself about myself because I was trying to fit in and be normal. But I am not, and I've decided, you know what, it's who I am. Acceptance is such a beautiful gift that God has given, and I am accepting who I am. I've stopped struggling to be neurotypical and be normal. I'm proudly neurodivergent. This is who God made me. This is how I am. I'm glad that there are other people that are just like me, but in their own unique ways too. So it makes me feel seen and known, felt. I like that I don't have to hide who I truly, fully am anymore, because I'm done trying to fit into a box that was never mine in the first place. So yes, I am a workaholic. I love being active. I love creating. I love fixing. I'm a solutions person. So since I was in high school, I already knew I was going to work in music and media. Even since I was in primary school, I always knew I was going to work for God. I just didn't know when exactly. So I've always been someone who mentally had this roadmap for her life, and I could project into the future, and that's why it helps me with my even solution, helping people. Once you have a problem, because I've already done so much projections when I didn't need to, it's like I already have the solution. And I realized a lot of people aren't looking for a solution, they just want to complain and bitch about shit. So that's another thing I had to learn along my journey in life, that it's not everyone that actually wants you to help them. They just want to bitch and play the victim so you can feel sorry for them. I ain't that person. Like, go find that idiot somewhere else. That ain't me. So, and that has really, you can tell that is not going to bode well for relationships, either, platonic or intimate. Because if all you want to do is be the victim and you come across someone like me, you're not going to like yourself. So, and that's part of the things I've also had to fight. And anyone who has ever had the pleasure of working with me, yes, pleasure of working with me, because you know, I go over and beyond, because my name is on that shit and I do not want it to come back with floppiness on it. I know those of you that have tried to sabotage me at work and make it seem like I ain't doing shit. And once you start pulling, as in those of you that have experienced it, the minute you start trying to sabotage me, and I know how much effort I put into it, I will carry my pride and my dignity and I'll walk away. You know why? Because I know what I have, and someone else out there will see my worth and would actually glom onto it. So if you can't appreciate how hard I work, don't be mad at me that your lazy ass likes to be average. Don't be mad at me that when I want to start something, I like to see through and make sure that it's perfect. Because that's the only thing. That's the only thing in this life you can control. It's work. And that's the reason why we're still trying to figure it out, a workaholic. Because that's the only thing I could control in my life. I couldn't control how people saw me. I couldn't control how people felt about me. Still can't on both counts. I can't control what happened to me in my personal life. No matter, see, there are people that even if they eat healthy, something can just happen out of nowhere. There are people that go to the gym all the time to stay fit so that they can live long, and they just want to cross the express. And then there's some people that they live their whole life eating junk, living in the moment, and they're old till they're 90, and then they just go peacefully in their sleep. And you ask yourself, why are we doing all of this for at the end of the day? And I think that's kind of where I started to reach late last year. A lot of things happened to me late last year. It was like, how bad can it get? In my head, what I'm seeing is God is up there going, how can we fuck up just a little bit to see her resilience and her strength? And I'm like, how much more do I need to prove to you? Unbreakable, can't break this shit. I have had to use humor to get through a lot of hard spots in my life, if you can tell. I have had to always make myself laugh, because if I sit down and think of some shit that I've been through, no, I won't be here. I'm being fucking honest, I won't be here. And the only thing that has held me together for the years, anyone who knows me, I say this all the time, is work. I have ended friendships because of work. I have ended connections because of work. Not because what's the word? Not because they were shitty at their job or something. No. It's the lackadaisical attitude to getting work done. I can't stand. I've had friends who work with me for they're the ones that go, oh, let's work. I'm like, and I always want them, are you sure you can keep up? Because fun big man is not work big man. Those two bitches do not meet when it comes to work. You have the fun after work. But when we're working, it is work. In that moment, I am not your buddy. I am your colleague. And so, God help you, I happen to be in a, position of leadership. I am seriously not even your friend right now. Because if you are like lagging in any way, you are getting it. I set the standard and you have to meet it. Wow, I'm hearing myself. And the fact is, I'm not even saying this to be boastful. It's just who I am. And a lot of people never know how to keep up. They think they can, A lot of people work, I would say work hard. What's that word? A lot of people like activity work, You have like 1,001 things you're doing in one day. It makes you feel like you've done something. You keeping busy. It makes you feel like you've done something. And they believe that, that they are working too hard. They don't have any time. But at the end of the day, if they really sit down and they check it, have they really achieved anything? Or have they just been going through the motions of work? Hard work comes from you being able to understand your chosen field, how to tackle it in all areas, doing your research, learning every day to better yourself, to make sure that that last version of you that did that thing will come back way stronger than, when you come back the next time. And it's not saying you're going to be perfect. You will screw up some shit sometime. Yes, you will. You're only human. I've screwed up some shit. But it's more like, a handful than a whole lot. And it's stuff that could be fixed or rectified almost immediately. It's not stuff that, I'm literally the one that when I used to be in events, I'm on ground because I am literally, troubleshooting all the time. All the time. I've had people who used to be in my life who only had me there because they knew that when they had events and stuff and Big Man is there, that event will go smoothly because I will not want to see it flop no matter what. No matter who. It's just who I am. Sometimes I find myself going to an event that has nothing to do with me. I don't even know who's organizing it, and at the end of the day, I find myself behind the scenes making shit happen if there's ever a problem. This is one of the reasons why a lot of you don't see me going outside. It's not because I don't want to go to certain places, besides the fact that, financial constraints. I'm seeing the prices of Uber. It's more from, I know I can't help myself. When I see an opportunity to be, to be able to help, I can't. I would want to jump in and do one or two. But the way human beings are, they see that you're willing, so they're like, hey, let's take advantage. I can't do that anymore. Late last year was the final straw for me. It was. I got to the point where I was just done with chasing paper. Don't try to, find the next big idea for me. Nah, I'm done. And I tried to lie to myself that I wasn't done. I still took on a couple of side gigs towards the end of the year that I still haven't. If you're my current side gig employer, I do apologize. I know I still owe you the in-person apology, but yeah, this is the first time I would ever disappoint anyone in my life, and that was how I knew I was done. In my 39 years alive, in my over 20 years of working, and yes, when I was a teenager, every summer holiday, I wasn't sitting at home. If I wasn't in summer school, I was following my dad to the site. He's an architect. I'm carrying pom on my head. Not because I just can't sit still. I'm literally, 2020 was the hardest year for me because I was battling anxiety and I still couldn't sit still. I couldn't go out in the dark, but I still needed to do something. I just always need to work, not keep busy. Trust me, I love lazing around. But, in 24 hours in a day, I need to use at least 15 of those hours being very productive, either mentally, physically, in some way. I am doing something. I am either learning, consuming knowledge, or, I just have to do something. And the funny thing is, a lot of you who know me personally do not know just how nerdy I am. Ooh. It's like, y'all just have this preconceived notion of who I should be based on how I look and act when you meet me, Yeah, oh, she's funny, she's crazy, she says the wildest things, it's Big Mouth, life of the party, eh? And the reason why you never get to see the deep side of me is because most of you can't handle it. It makes most of you insecure. It intimidates you when you get a peek behind that curtain. And for some reason, at the end of the day, I have to suffer for you being triggered by me without me doing anything. And for years, I actually blamed myself. And this isn't just in personal relationships, I'm talking all around. People I've worked with, people who've worked with me, I see it happen every time. And the crazy part is, these people only saw probably just the tip of who I am. And they started to react towards me. They hadn't even seen the depth or the layers to which I carry. It's part of the reasons I decided to start this, restart my YouTube channel. To actually give the real Big Mouth experience, who I am, in her entirety. No hiding any part so that people do not feel insecure or feel, inadequate. If I make you feel inadequate, why make it my problem? Why project on me? When I feel inadequate, if ever, but when I feel less than, which rarely ever happens, I go inward. I don't project onto people and make them feel like it is their fault I feel less than. No, that's a me problem. And that's what I expect everyone else to do. Do not make do not make your problem my problem. And this has affected me so much when it comes to work because I enjoy what I do creativity. Oh God. We'll be right back. I think I've unlocked my brain now. I enjoy what I do creatively. That was so fucked up. Okay, yes. I enjoy what I do, basically. Either in music or in media, business. I'm great at anything I'm very interested in because before I jump into it, before I actually put it out there, I trust me that I have done my research. As I said, the only thing I can control is work. So I put my everything into it. So imagine you're in a world where every time you put your best foot forward, there's some insecure idiot out there trying to block you just because they can't believe that you are that good at something they wish they were also good at. They don't see it as an opportunity to learn and better themselves. They see it as competition. And it's crazy that this isn't just with same sex. I'm talking, it's mostly the men. Men see me as competition. And in the entertainment and media industry, it is dominated by men. And someone like me is a huge threat to these men with insecurities, who know that most of what they're doing is faking it to act like they've made it, when in reality, it's on the front for God knows what. And I've seen the underbelly of the industry. People wonder why they stop seeing me outside, hanging out. Yeah, that's because I've taken a deep look at it. And I don't want to be part of the industry. but I'm still going to do entertainment. I'm still going to do media. I'm still going to do businesses. But this time with a purpose.